Alright, Part 257, Liquid Petroleum Gas Plant, New York Codes, Rules and Regulations, 257.01. Scope. General application. Every gas corporation gave the stores terminating handling, transfer, vaporization, air gas, mixture, liquid petroleum gas for the state of New York shall comply with the rules set forth in this part, except for the otherwise indicated intent of the rules to comply with the retroactive existing installation of those under construction effective the date and those so far design, fabrication, installation, testing concern. B. The items of the part that does not apply with the parts do not apply with the design, fabrication, pressure vessels covered in the American Society Mechanical Engineer Boiler Vessel Pressure Code, Section 8, Pressure Vessel Division 1 as described in Section 10.3 of the tile. Priority items on the equipment, apparatus, instrument, heat exchanger, prefabricated units which employ plate and longitudinal welds as contrasted to pipe. Waiver. If a waiver or deviation from the application of any of the rules prescribed in the part is indicated with the cover of the special facts application made with the public servant, the commission of the waiver for the waiver to deviation on the rules, regulation, and in this part, each request shall include the full and comprehensive justification of such requested waiver deviation together with the proposed alternate rule considered the application for the condition requiring waiver deviation. (257.1) Complying with the standard code, a liquid petroleum and gas facility within the state of New York constructed, operated, maintained, except for the otherwise provided with the part with accordance with the standard of the storage, handling liquid petroleum gas for the utility gas plants, ANSI, and National Fire Protection Association 59, as described in Section 10.3 of the tile referred to, and in the part with the National Fire Protection Association 59. Such code specifications stand with the refer of the National Fire Protection Association 59. The provision of the National Fire Protection Association 59 associated references have indicated with the optional phraseology included should, preferably may, or such as illustrative only, and are mandatory in accordance with the intent of the National Fire Protection Association 59, except where obvious contradiction occurs. Alright, 257.2, the definition. When used in this part of the term show with a defined file with a lieu with the addition of the National Fire Protection Association, the definition of the department, you with the department shall mean with the Department of Public Safety, the Office of Electric, Gas, Water, Safety, Selection, and its successor. C. Facility for the purpose of the part of the term facility should be synonymous with the term systems of the defined National Fire Protection Association. Alright, 257.3, notification proposed construction initial report at least 30 days prior to the state of the construction reconstruct the liquid petroleum gas facility portion of thereof that each gas corporation shall file with the department to deliver with the intent with the general design data of the proposed facility with the department shall properly notify with the significant changing effective initial filing with the maker with the after submission of the initial filing with the requirement is intent with the notice for the cause of the piping alteration, installation, additional liquid petroleum, sewer tanks, etc. could affect the safety of the facility with the requirement of intent with the apply with the normal maintenance for the requiring repair planning with a small section, existing pipe, etc. Testing notification at least 5 days prior to the commencement. Any of the times the test required for the part during the construction and reconstruction of the operation shall make the notification department except for the emergency short notice may be given the final report before any liquid petroleum gas plate with an operation report shall be filed with the department certifying the facility has been constructed. Says in accordance with the requirements of the rules of the part of the proposal, the report shall include the summary of the test made with assume the detailed result of all the tests shall be available for examination by representatives of the department. Alright, 257.4, General Plant Consideration, liquid petroleum gas facility shall meet the following requirements. Citing requirements shall be governed with the National Fire Protection Association 50 described in Section 10.3 of the tile. Automatic plants for the remotely controlled unmanned while operating shall be equipped with the flame detectors while cover the flame with a fail-safe and combustible detector for the touch for the other equipment to transit along with the appropriate gas corporation office. In the event of the fire with the local fire department, the heat sensor for the substitute for the flame detectors with a structure in EO of the wood to demonstrate for the heat sensor more effective than the flame detector. C. Wall openings shall be near the floor, plant, entrance, and ingress. The two separate distinct entrances must be provided. Each plant side with allowed with the emergency over the and or firefighting equipment to gain emergency access. Ventilation. All devices associated with the calorimeters, mixers with the may vent gas within the room, which when unit is located with the vent through the piping of the outside atmosphere. F. Compressor stations. The compressor station involved with the facility shall meet the requirements of Section 255.163 of this title. 257.5, piping of the components, piping labeling. All plant piping shall be identified with a color code with a print with labeling scheme of the identification of the pipeline system and ANSI ASMA A13.1 described in Section 10.3. title of this title, any existing corporation shall be used with welding. Welding inspection, notwithstanding the National Fire Protection Association 59 call, with 100% of the practical but not less than 90% of the shop of the field welds all piping 2 inches of the nominal with the diameter greater than liquid petroleum gas with flammable gas should be done and strictly tested. Weld must meet with the requirements of American Petroleum Institute Standard 1104 and describing the section 10.3 of the title with except for the subdivision 9.3.11. Undercutting of the root beam, with such undercutting shall not exceed 2 inches in length with 1/16th, 1/6 of the length of the weld, with whichever is smaller but non-destructive inspection may consider the radiographic examination, magnetic particle testing, ultrasonic, other methods of non-destructive inspection may be even approved with the department. When pipe carrying liquid petroleum gas, flammable liquids or flammable gas with nominal diameter less than 2 inches when the construction project involves such for the limited number of the weld with a non-destructive examination would be impractical for the pipe with an intent with the operator 20% or less of the specified minimum yield strength of the paragraph of the one in the subdivision not mandatory providing welding inspection visually approved of the person qualified inspection weld with an addition with a non-destructive inspection requirements outlined in subdivision. There should be continually control over the quality of the welding qualified and its personnel. Each gas corporation construction of the liquid petroleum gas facility shall have a written welded procedure, welded test procedure with the field welding conform with the American Petroleum Institute 1104 described in section 10.3 with the title with all the welders should play with the make the welds qualified owner of the welding testing procedure. Pressure test with the piping maximum operating pressure over the 100 psi gauge shall be the test for the calibrating indicator with the record gauge with the wheel shall indicate with the psi gauge the increments of less than 100% of the maximum operating pressure in the 90 psi gauge, whichever the grade of the test must be conducted and maintained with the pressure above the test pressure for at least 1 hour after stabilization. Test methods shall be the air, inert gas, and water piping. Maximum operation pressure 100 psi gauge high has been tested, calibrated, recorded, gauge with the will indicate with the 5 psi gauge less shall be detached for the test section of the gauge shall must be calibrated hourly. The calibration given with the dead weight of the test or equivalent device attached with the test section of the test pressure shall be at least 90% of the system yielded strength 1.5 times maximum operating pressure, whichever is less. Strength test must be conducted to maintain the pressure of the at or above the test pressure for at least 4 hours with the stabilization test, even the trouble the air, inert gas, or water unless maximum operating pressure except for the 20% system yielded strength, in which case the test medium must be water due to consideration of the care of the be observed the effect of the change of the ambient test medium temperature case above ground exposed piping if the component of the other than the pipe only item being replaced added to the pipeline string test after the installation is not required provided with the manufactured component with a certified with the component was tested at a lead pressure required with the pipeline to which is being added with the component with the manufacturer under the quality control says ensure that the item is manufactured at least equal strength with the prototype was tested at least pressure required with the pipeline which is being added with the component with the carrier with the pressure requiring rating established Apple the American side of mechanical ANSI MSS specifications described in 10.3 of the title or by unit strength calculations described in 255 143 of the title. Valve operators power operators shall provide with emergency shutoff valves 8 inches and larger in size, meaning that the manual operation shall be provided. Part 257 and 6, instrumental electrical civil provision shall be made with a continue with emergency and an emergency with those systems shall be required to be operative with the fail-safe with the safe with the standby condition of the plant. Electrical power supply secondary standby electrical power supply with either the second fed or the on-site with provide with the new with existing plants adequate to maintain the facilities such as but not limited to fire protection system field visual vital instrumentation emergency controls in order to ensure the fail-safe with the standby conditions at all time fail-safe alternate when the gas corporation can demonstrate that the plant will shut down in all fail-safe condition event of the powerful failure. The requirements in subdivision A of the section of the second standby electrical power supply is not mandatory. Or 255.7 the corrosion control. Each operator shall proceed with the requirement within section 257.9G5 of the part of the implement with the requirements of the section procedure include with the use of the design, installation, operation, maintenance, cathodic protection system must be carried out under the direction of the person qualified with experience with the training of the pipeline corrosion control methods. Each cathodic protection system must provide with a level of cathodic protection comply with one or more of the applicable criteria contained in Appendix 14D with the title with no criteria is applicable. Cathodic protection must be provided with a level of cathodic protection for at least equal to provide with the compliance of one or more of these criteria. 257.8 Fire Protection and Safety Transfer Precaution. Prior to bringing in a tanker car with a tanker vehicle with a transfer over the atmosphere and in the air, should be combined with a combustible gas detector to ensure that no flammable concentrate of the combustible gas is present. Annual operating test. The operating test of the plant should be made at least once each calendar year with a maximum intervals of 15 months with a minimal interval with 6 months between the operating period. The department should be notified with at least 5 days in advance of the test. Plans for the requirement can be achieved with those planning with which these systems needed that must be operated at least once a year with during the annual cycle. The accompanying does achieve the compliance with the man with no prior notice of the required combustible storage. Provision should be made with the safe storage of the test equipment accepted with the calimeters, calorie mixers, such as the standard natural gas cylinders and or other combustibles, so that the storage and maintenance effectively separates the flammable from the source of ignition. Alright, 257.9 Operating Maintenance Procedure. Each gas corporation shall develop, operate, and maintain the procedure based on the provisions of this part, experience with the knowledge of the facility within each of the condition under which they operate. As procedure encompasses with the operation, maintenance of the safety procedure, the procedure be reviewed with the update with each of the gas corporation intervals, not exceeding 15 months, but at least once each calendar year. Each gas corporation should make available the inspection for the department of written procedure, the maintainment of the complying with the operation, maintenance of the safety position, power with the right of notification or permission of these written procedure for the job to be made with the department at least 30 days prior to the effective date with a minor revision that do not affect the intent of the procedure implemented immediately. Each gas corporation have the current operating maintenance procedure available to the liquid petroleum gas facility. Each gas corporation shall satisfy the conform of the procedure. Every safety procedures all shall involve the safety of all facilities employed by the general public shall specify with the equipment pipe involved with the other components and inspect for the test for the time schedule with such inspection testing program remedial deficiency failures uncovered with the written receipt of the minimum include with the applicable the fire protection system operating signal device relief system. We file with inspection provision for the servicing and the replacement Rego valves shall be done with a two-person team, and the second person shall be responsible for verifying each type of the step, taking the procedure being performed, structural inspection, corrosion control, functional inspection, pumps and compressors, valves, operators, standby electrical system inspection, communication equipment and housing, keeping the leakage surveys, liquid petroleum gas transfer operation, regular inspection for the lockup of the calometer or inspection procedure for the developer, the notified with the service personnel with the emergency crew with the other involved with employee with the liquid petroleum gas that has been distributed. All such employees should be trained with the proper liquid petroleum gas with the mixture of the other gas with the change with the lower explosive limited and specific gravity effects of such change. 257.10 Odorization of gas. Prior to introducing liquid petroleum gas or such gas mixed with a natural gas, synthetic natural gas, liquid natural gas, or other gas in transmission line with the distribution main, gas shall be odorized in conformance with the 255.625 of the title. The odorization rate should be adjusted as necessary to compensate with the changes of the lower explosive limits of the such mixtures. 257.11 Emergency. Emergency plan. Each gas corporation will set up the emergency plan implemented in event of the facility failures with other emergency adequate and appropriate for the maintenance and of the operation equipment. The plan with a portion of the plan established liaison with appropriate public officer with respect to the plan. Plan should be reviewed with all intervals exceeding 15 months with about at least one calendar year with involved parties. Report of accidents. Each gas corporation shall report the accident with the liquid petroleum gas facility shall involve the casual injury, the death of the person, damage of the property, which will the cover the public concern, the cover the coverage for the news media. All such accidents shall be immediately reported with the right telephone with the department through the emergency notification system. The written account of the accident shall be submitted with the department within 30 days. With the report shall set forth satisfactory manner with the chronological sequence of events related with the accident, include with a detailed description of the accident, respond with the action investigation by the gas corporation, result in finding with the gas corporation emergency list of each of the gas corporations during the year of each year. In January each year, with the department of the municipality within liquid petroleum gas facilities located with the name and address of the telephone number of the reasonable official with the consent of the gas corporation, who may be contacted in event of the emergency and event of any of the changes therein with the year immediately and within the year immediate notification thereof there shall be given to the department and the municipality. And that was 257 liquid petroleum gas plants.